Good afternoon. Okay, so we're going to do the answers. Now, what you need to understand when I conduct these tests is that I'm not expecting you to get everything right the first time. That would be pretty much impossible. If you were able to get everything right every time the first time, you'd be the sort of person that militaries would be interested in. That's why they came after me. My teacher said that I was the only student she ever had that when she used to conduct the card tests and that I always got the highest percentage. I was always like above 90% when it came to getting the answers right. So she said I was her last student because she knew when she met me I was the chosen because of the way that I was passing all the tests. I've just ordered a cheap deck of cards. They should be here by the end of next week, I think. And then I will do the card test as well. The other thing you need to understand is that telepathy is a form of mind melding, but mind melding is you're never going to be like me because I'm a gatekeeper. And it's in my bloodline. You're going to have your own gifts. You will develop your own gifts that will be very different to mine, but I'm a gatekeeper, so I have access to things that most other people, like in the history of everything, will never have access to when it comes to the creation frequency, but it doesn't mean that you can't access it. It's just that you have to access it through certain channels. You have to prove that you can be trusted with these channels. So I'm sent to test you. Sorry, I'm just trying to, because I need you to concentrate on that light. And my phone, there we go, having trouble focusing. It's usually because of the energy. So mind melding is for people who have exceptionally close connections to people they care about, like, you know, parents with their children, siblings, lovers, that sort of thing. When you have this sort of connection where you know their thoughts, you know their feelings, you know when they're upset, you know when they need you, you know when something's going to happen, you know when they're going to call, you can get them to call you. You know, you can get them to, like, you'll feel them, you'll dream about them, they dream about you. That's mind melding, and that happens when you have a soul bond with someone. Like I said, parents with their children, lovers, spouses, siblings, best friends, comrades in the battlefield, that sort of thing. That's mind melding. For everybody else, it's telepathy. So there's a lot of, you know, when I give you the answers, you can get half a point for getting it nearly close. I'm not looking for exact answers, but close enough is good enough when you're first starting out. So I'm going to give you an example when I give you the answers to this test. So the first answer, what colour am I thinking of? The colour was orange. And I will put the proof up as the thumbnail for this after I've given you the answers. So the colour is orange. Now, while you were thinking about it, because remember you can't sit in the answer, you have to go with the first thing that your gut feels. So when I say what colour am I thinking, and you go blue, like, and write it down. Don't, oh no, I mean red, oh no, I mean pink, because that is your subconscious mind panicking and trying to come up with answers. And when you give your mind time to think in a test where you're being expected to feel, your mind will always panic and try and fill in the blanks, and you will get it wrong. And then you feel bad and you think, oh, well, I'm not good at this. And, you know, and then it drags you down. And that's not what this test is about. It's not what this test is about. The test isn't to see how telepathic you are. It's to see how easy I'm able to access your biometrics, and whether you're able to give me feedback. So the first answer was orange, orangi. Um, Now, if when you were thinking of the colour orange, you saw an orange, the fruit, or a satsuma, or a mandarin, or a tangerine, that's a half a point because you still picked up on the colour. You just saw it as a fruit. So that is a pass. And don't be hard on yourself, because this is all about me teaching you how to use your mind like a tuning fork. I'm basically tuning you in. Your mind is a tuning fork, and I've smacked you up against the piano to see if there's any blockages and glitches in your biometric frequency. So if when you were thinking of colour, you were seeing in your mind something that was orange in colour, but it was coming across as the fruit, a satsuma, a tangerine, even I keep seeing fire. Well, fire's orange. So I don't know why she's asking for a colour and I keep seeing fire, that sort of thing. That's still an answer. So don't be hard on yourself. So the first answer was orange. The second answer, what shape am I thinking of? The answer was rectangle. Oblong would also be the answer. I always call it rectangle, but when I was training to do my early childhood development certificate, the government changed it to oblong. So again, if you saw something was like, if you were seeing like a box that was, like a refrigerator box in your head, that's still a rectangle. That's still an oblong shape. So, there's always concessions with these tests. Just don't be hard on yourself, because your mind, while it won't necessarily jump to the correct answer, as your brain learns to tune into the frequencies, it's like tuning in a radio. You'll hear bits and bobs of other stations and other songs before you click on the one that you want to listen to. It's your mind works exactly the same. You're dealing with your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is reason, doubt, fear, compromise, common sense, all that sort of thing, logic, and so I'm with these tests, I'm teaching you to use those tools to the best of your advantage, where you can train them in with your intuition as well, because your subconscious is instinctual. It automatically goes to the instinctual dial, but your conscious mind is intuitive, and these tests help you fine tune the link between the two. And obviously, if you've got drugs or alcohol in your system, or you've been crying, or you've had a fight with someone, or you have depression or anxiety or anything like that, this teaches you how to handle it, because you have to be able to be in the nothing space in order to be able to pick up the answers. So in order to conduct these tests, if you want to do it properly, you are expected to have to calm yourself down, get yourself away from the people that are causing you to have the fight, or, you're expected to remove and wash away the toxicity in order to be able to sit in the nothing space. Existence, when you sit in it, literally looks like nothing. There's no colours, there's no shapes, there's no nature, it's like you're just floating on air. That's what existence looks like. The existence of time literally looks like nothing. And it's not a void, because it's expansive and ever evolving. So the only way you can reach that frequency is to remove everything that weighs you down. And so these tests help you to balance your frequency out with your physical body and your physical space, with your mental, emotional, and psychic space. And psychic is the science, not the ability. There's all sorts of it's an umbrella science. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentient, telepathy. They all fit under the category of psychic. So, I mean, I'll teach you all these things. I don't know how often I'll do these tests. I might do one every day. I don't know. I've got the cards coming, just keep an eye out. So when I get my radio station, obviously when I'm looking for students for my Amber Wilkinson School of Witchcraft and all of that, it'll be completely different. I'll be more serious about it. But for now, this is just a bit of fun. This is what I used to do with my students. None of them passed. None of them passed. Because they were all low vibrational, they used to panic about getting the test wrong. They used to, have these big meltdowns about, I don't want to let you down, I don't want to disappoint you, I don't deserve to be here, blah, 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 because they were so low vibrational. Whereas with me, when my teacher, Pauline Wardell-Braddon, who was a metaphysician, like an actual recognised metaphysician, I couldn't get enough of the tests. I would have been happy for her to test me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I exhausted the poor thing. But yeah, so anyway, we'll see how it goes. So for number 3, what fruit am I thinking of? The answer was plum. Now, if you were seeing something that was plum coloured, depending on the plum, obviously there's lots of different kinds of plums. I'll leave that up to you. But if you were seeing something that was plum coloured, like say an aubergine or a grape, you can give yourself a half a point for that. Because obviously I'm from New Zealand, so when I think of plums, I think of either the yellow ones or, the deep purpley kind of maroony burgundy ones, like the Doris plums and, your normal average everyday plum. But depending on where you are in the world, if you were picking up on something, I saw grape, well, there are grapes that are the same colours as plums. So that would still be a half a point. And it means that while you're not spot on, you're getting it. Your TV aerial is picking up the signal enough that you're at least getting it. You might be getting the shape. You might be getting the colour of something. You might be getting the smell or the texture. So you can give yourself a half a point. And that's the beginning of it all. So don't be hard on yourself. And, I might do this test every day. I don't know. I'll just see how I feel. It depends on whether you want me to or not. These are the sort of things that I usually keep behind closed doors, because once I have access to your biometrics, it relies on a trust system where you have to trust me to have access to your subconscious mind to allow me to fix the glitches in your matrix. And to trust that I'm never going to abuse the privilege of knowing what you're thinking and feeling and going through. It's how I help you. But like I said, these tests are usually only reserved for people that I'm looking to be students. And when I have my foundation and I open the Amber Wilkinson School of Witchcraft, which is also going to be my haunted house for Halloween and for whatever we need for our horror movies and stuff, these are the sort of tests that I will be conducting with my students to see if they win the invitation, because I'm not taking just anybody. You will have to pass a series of tests before you're invited to come and be a student. And then you would have to come to Switzerland and train in Switzerland for the few weeks that you would be invited to stay there. And I'm looking for teachers. I've been scouring YouTube. I've got one that I know I'm going to ask to be a teacher. It'll give her the opportunity to make a lot of money at my wellness centre. She'll be able to do readings for clients and earn some money and that sort of thing, as well as teach. And then when I've designed my training cars, like my folk deck and that, she will use the cards in order to teach my students, and I'll come and teach certain things as well, and we'll go on like paranormal investigations, and I'll show them how to use my products to cross things over and shut things down and identify things and all that sort of stuff. But these tests with the songs and like with the telepathy test, orange, rectangle, plum, these are usually tests that are behind closed doors, but I'm giving you a taste of what's to come. And if there's anybody out there that thinks, I think I want to be a student with her when she's ready, I want to see if I can pass these tests. And then, I've got the money to go and pay to stay at the Amber Wilkinson School of Witchcraft, and I'm going to fly to Switzerland and spend a few weeks training with Debbie, or Brehennis. That's my high priestess name, Brehennis Ithusa. So I would more than likely be called Brehennis or Mama, because everyone either calls me Mama, short for Mama Bear, or Brehennis Ithusa is my high priestess name. So I haven't, they'll either call me Brehennis Ithusa, or Ithusa, Anahita Ithusa is Brehennis Anahita Ithusa, because Brehennis just means queen. So, they'll either call me Brehennis or maybe they'll call me Mama. I don't know. Everyone usually calls me Mama because it's short for Mama Bear, but so big plan. So this is just a taste. I've pulled the curtains back a little bit. I've opened the door a little bit. I'm just sitting here biding my time, waiting to get out of here basically. And because I'm no longer kind of needed for fighting holy wars and that, I'm kind of twiddling my thumbs, preparing myself to step into my new life in Switzerland. So this is just me giving you a taste of what's to come on my radio show, my TV shows. Like when I get out of here, I want to be able to do my tour and have these adventures and do my mysteries and inside histories and connecting the dots and all that sort of thing. And it's me opening the door to show you what's to come when the school is up and running. So I am looking for a co-host. As you know, I've always been putting it out there that I'm looking for a co-host, and I want him to be male, open-minded, obviously someone who's fun and, willing to have a laugh and a giggle and likes the occult and the supernatural and the paranormal, and regardless of religion or personal beliefs or anything like that, just wants to be a part of the fun. But I will be getting myself a co-host for radio and TV, when we go out and make the shows and that. So, we'll see how it goes. Do you know what song I've got in my head? It's been playing in my head since I was getting ready to film this. Is that one from Sleeping Beauty? Oh, I don't know why. I had to look it up. It's playing over and over in my head. That one, I know you, I walked with you once upon a dream. That one. That is from Sleeping Beauty. I don't know why I've got it in my head. Anyway, because maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm going to be the new Disney. I don't know. But anyway, it's just giving you a taste of what's to come. I'm just letting you have a wee peek. I'll tell you one thing, I won't be dealing with any of the students I had in the past. If you don't do the work, you're not getting invited. They didn't do the work. They didn't. Yeah, anyway, so this is like 2.0. And I will only have, like with Hogwarts and X-Men, I will only take the best of the best, because then they will be getting my, I'm going to have like, they'll be handed, Mary Poppins, how she had that bag with all her magic tricks in it. When they leave, they'll be handed a bag and it will have like my sprays and clays and all that sort of thing, so that when they go out and do their own investigations and that, to help me, because I need to build my own legion to go out into the world, and my students are going to be from all over the world. They'll be given one of these bags to take back. And then they'll be able to go out and do their own investigations into their paranormal places and that, and cross things over and, work on my behalf, because I can't be everywhere all at once. I'm the Grand Empress Fairy Godmother. My highest totem is the Gold Dragon. I am the North Star Dragon, but I can be seen everywhere all at once, but I can't be everywhere all at once. So I'm building an army of trainee fairy godmothers and godfathers, and then they will go out and we will do the work together, and that will be my industry. That's going to be my empire. So I've even, food fairy deliveries. That's the whole fairy thing, because I am the Grand Empress Fairy Godmother, Brehena Saithusa. And I will even, have occasions where, while I'm not going to be out there a lot as Brehena Saithusa, because I want to keep the magic alive for the children, when I do make my appearances as Brehena Saithusa, the way I will dress with my gowns and my crowns, and that's why I've had to take all my earrings out, and why my fashion will be so, and my etiquette and my standards and the way I move will be, with, oh my God, I have been practicing my head and hand movements for so many years now, how she's going to move and, talk, and the way she moves her hands and all that sort of thing, for when she makes special appearances for the children, because obviously all the books are about her. And she'll be, in the book, she teaches them how to find their wands and all that sort of thing. But when I'm there as the teacher, I want to dress like just like Mary Poppins, and that, like walk down to the Amber Wilkinson School of Witchcraft dressed like Mary Poppins, Victorian, with the hats and the blouses, and and go in with my wand and have the chalkboard, and I'll take them. We'll have our bus and we'll go out to places in Switzerland and France and Italy and Germany and all that, to do investigations, and I'll show them how to use everything, and then they'll graduate. They'll be given like certificates, and we'll have like a graduation ceremony, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. The Amber Wilkinson School of Witchcraft. I want to turn it into a Broadway, because that was the one genre I hadn't done, and I thought that's going to be the name of my Broadway musical, is the Amber Wilkinson School of Witchcraft, in honour of my girl, my baby girl. So she was, I told her about it before she died. She was all over it. she was just so excited. So yeah, so this is for her. The school's for her. So anyway, I may do another test tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see what the reaction is. I'll see how I feel. But I'm just giving you a little peek into my world to let you know what's coming when I get to Switzerland and build my school. La 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 la. And then I'll get to write my musicals and my jingles and sit down with my musicians and composers and stuff and get it. I can't wait to do the Night of the Black Sun, to perform that concert and broadcast it on the radio. It's just going to be, because the thing is, it's to raise awareness for human trafficking. It's to raise awareness for child trafficking. So now that everything's come to light with the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, People are ready for it. People will appreciate it. My version of Live Aid, but instead of, for famine, it's for child trafficking. So it's a serious issue, but we will have fun doing it. We'll entertain people while we're raising awareness. Because then obviously when I build my safe houses, for when we rescue the kids before we repatriate them and all of that, people will know what a good cause it is. So I need all hands on deck, and I need musicians and composers, and then they can, once I've got it all written out, then they can teach the kids. And then, yeah, oh my God, I can't wait. I'm so excited. So I'm just giving you a snippet of my world. I might do another test tomorrow, but when I get my cards, I'll start doing the card test. And, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. So, welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? I'll speak to you later. I've got to go and get some kai, some dinner. Ka kite anō.